Welcome back to another YouTube video. Hope everybody's healthy and happy as always. I obviously haven't posted in a wee while, significant while, because changes have been happening in my life, but I thought this was an interesting video to film, depending on how the weather is. Hopefully not too miserable. Cold but not awful. I apologise about not having glasses. We have a puppy and she ate them, so during this video these sunglasses will come down because the sun hurts my eyes. But Lily's got all our fun little toys. Bouncy castle, little basketball thing at the back there, slide. But this is a different kind of YouTube video. I bought a car. Obviously I sold the Alexis. More on that to come, but I bought a car. I bought a Land Rover Discovery 3. Picture. Yeah, I bought a Land Rover Discovery 3. I owned it 2 weeks. And I sold it. And I got something else. So the Land Rover that I bought needed a rear chassis cross member welded on, which is fine. I bought all the parts for it, but I was speaking to the guy about it. And he made me a kind of offer. It's right in front of me. He made me a kind of offer that I didn't really know how to say no to, so I kind of pulled the trigger and did it. So obviously I had the Land Rover Discovery 3. I no longer have a Land Rover Discovery 3. 3, 2, 1. I have a Range Rover Vogue. Now, it's an 05 Range Rover, but it's not just any Range Rover. It's a Range Rover V8 supercharged Overfinch. Yeah. Yeah. It's too early in the morning to start it just now, but it has the TVs and the headrests. Yeah, it's magnificent. The headphones for the TVs. If I remember correctly, these I think are trays that I don't know how to use, but yeah. Heated rear seats. Oh, that didn't go in very well, did it? Put that back in there. Heated rear seats. It's got the headphones for the TVs. It comes with a CD apparently. What's that? It comes with Joker. So worth it. But yeah. So obviously I had my Land Rover Discovery 3 for 2 weeks, which felt like 15 minutes. And mentally and somehow I now have a green, it is green, I know it doesn't look green, but a green Range Rover Evoque? Range Rover Vogue, not Evoque. And it's bigger than my Discovery 3. This thing is a tank. I'm trying not to show you my number plate because it's technically not fully registered to me yet and I don't want you to see that, but yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful machine. I'm absolutely chuffed that I got an Overfinch. But yeah, it's a V8 supercharged. I'll pop the bonnet, which is pretty cool because the last one was a 2.7 flat 6, the Discovery, if I remember correctly, which obviously for a Land Rover is more than enough power, but you can't turn down a V8 supercharged Range Rover. Like, that is pretty cool. And obviously it's very, very clean under here. The person that owned it before me really looked after it. So it's beautiful. I'm trying not to show you my plate, because that is going to go on a private plate, but I'm just trying not to show you just now. But yeah, V8 supercharged Range Rover. Yeah. Owned that Land Rover long, but it is magnificent. Petrol Range Rover, not a diesel. But yeah, I hope you didn't see that plate. But yeah, it's pretty sick. I mean, I'm very happy with it. That's why I got it. But it's mental. Moves like stink. Absolute rocket ship. But obviously, as you know, I had the V8 Lexus SC430 and I sold it stupidly, but I had to sell it for a reason, which I can't tell you on here. But more on that. What I'll say is, an SC430 is coming back. I'm not telling you the colour, not telling you the spec, not telling you anything about it, but there is one coming back, and the whole plan is to go collect it with the V8 Range Rover, and we're going to tow it back up the road in a flatbed. So that's pretty cool. Supercharged V8 Range Rover towing a 4.3 litre V8 Lexus. That's pretty sick. But I'm not sure what else there is today. I mean, you're welcome to see Willie's colouring. Willie's obviously Hallie, my daughter. I think her colouring is absolutely amazing, and that's why it's on the fridge. To be honest, she put it on the fridge, if I'm brutally honest. But yeah. I've got a V8 supercharged Range Rover. I don't really know what else to say, but yes, that's a V8 supercharged Overfinch Range Rover with TVs in the back. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty chuffed, and the fact that I owned my Discovery 3 for about 15 minutes and then switched, and I spent £1,000 on parts. So bar the deal of getting that one, he obviously took the Land Rover, and that came with the brake discs, the lower control arms, the brake pads, the side steps, everything that I just bought for that you wouldn't have seen. Literally about £1,000 in parts went in the boot of the Land Rover to the new owner, and I got that. So a few modifications to come: black grille, black badging, side steps. I want side steps, not that they don't need to be functional. I mean, I'm 6'4", I'm not going to struggle to get in it, and it's got air suspension, cool. But the side steps just a little part, and probably roof racks, like roof bars, because I put stuff on the roof like kayaks and windsurfers and all that. But yeah, bit mental. Good start to a video. I bought a new car. V8 supercharged Range Rover Overfinch. Pretty dope. So I'll pick this camera back up when something's going on. Obviously, you saw the new Range Rover I bought, the Vogue, the Overfinch Range Rover, and I traded my Discovery 3 for the Range Rover, which was fine. We made a straight trade, everything was good. And then the guy decided that he didn't want to. Well, he has. I bought it from a guy that owns a Range Rover garage, so we had a good deal. And he's got an off-road centre, and he has loads of Discoveries. But my Discovery needed a bit of work, and he didn't have the time to do the work. So we came to another deal where I own the Range Rover. It's away for an MOT just now. So I bought that cash, which meant the Discovery returned. So now I have this thing here as well, and it's obviously a brick, but it does need work, obviously. The seat's torn, but it's a lovely truck nonetheless. But the work that it needs done is like the side stills need re-welded, the cross member at the back needs re-welded, the brakes need done, but I don't mind the mini pool table, but I bought all that. So like, that was an address, I apologise. These are the brackets for the side steps. which are in this box. Under this, this is level sensors. Under the pool table, I'm hoping there's no addresses. That there is the bearings for the two front axles. That is the lower control arms for the front. That's all the brake discs. So everything to repair this truck I bought and have. So I'm in two minds, because I now have the Range Rover, which my Range Rover is a 4.2 V8 supercharged, which is sick, and I now have my Discovery back. So, and this Discovery is actually meant to have the TVs in the headrests. So as you can see here, if this will focus, this is the TV panels that you only get if you have the TV. The other ones just have the window switches, so it's got like the headphone jack and all that nonsense. But my headrests were changed for some bizarre reason. So yeah, and I own this. I bought the Range Rover Vogue Cash. They came to a different deal, which is fine, I understand, because this needs work. I've got a facelift bumper in the garage for it, so it now no longer has fog lights. I'm trying not to show the number plate, but it now no longer has fog lights on it because the bumper's in the garage. So I bought the facelift black bumper. I bought the black grille with the new emblem, which I really like. So I'm now in two minds of keeping the Vogue and the Discovery. So the Vogue's obviously an overfinish, so it's got the beautiful interior, the TVs, everything like that. And this is a concrete brick, really. It's just a big stupid thing, to be honest. But obviously my partner has a farm. She has 2 horses, and her parents, her mother and her mother's partner, do sheep. And they have a pickup truck of their own, they have a Hilux. But it's a Land Rover, you know. You can tell it's already been off-roading. The thing is muddy, but obviously it would be a very good farm truck. Fix the cross member, and then it can tow 3.5 tons, and it weighs 3.27 tons. So it's not like it's a bad truck, but I also might sell it. I haven't quite decided, because I've already done things to it. So like what have I fixed? I've already forgotten. I did the brake pads on one side. I connected the exhaust back on. I've done some stuff to it. And it's a lovely and pretty looking truck, but I just don't think I need it, to be honest. Obviously, I changed these. So on a normal Discovery, it's just a light. Mine's LEDs. So mine's slightly colour, which I think's sick. So I put them on, and I was going to do LED lights at the back, because obviously this truck's a 2005, so it has the hideous red ones, where I was going to do the facelifted version, which is everything you see that's red would be black, and then it's got the halo lights. So I was going to do that because I was going to keep this, and then obviously I got a really good deal on the Vogue, so I traded this for the Vogue, and then the guy said, look, I don't really need this, too much work that needs done, I don't have the time to do it, do you want this back and pay cash for the Vogue? So I bought the Vogue. But obviously cross member needs done. You can see that the tow bar is actually at an angle. There you go. The tow bar is at an angle. You can kind of see that like that, because the cross member needs done. The rear bumper's gubbed, so this plate's over it. But I was going to get a new rear bumper. That's not exactly expensive. It obviously has the cool ladder, which I really like, and it's a good truck. You know, it's a HSE, and obviously, but now I've got the overfinish Range Rover, and I'm going to buy another SC430, which will tow the Vogue will tow the SC430. So I'm debating keeping it as a farm truck and doing it all up, and it'll just work on the farm. Put big knobbly tyres on it, and it can just do that backwards and forwards from the farm instead of using the Vogue, because it's got the beautiful interior. But I haven't decided. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But it's a cool truck nonetheless. Like even head on, I need to think about the angle I can show here because of the number plate. But if I come down like that, there you go, head on, that's a really good looking truck. And then obviously you've got your side profile. It's a really good looking truck. You know, I like it. It is a bit bricky, but nonetheless it's pretty cool. So, and obviously I've got glasses back, thankfully. So yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going to do it, but this video is basically, I bought a Vogue, I traded my Land Rover for the Vogue, and I now have my Land Rover and my Vogue, and the Vogue's away for the MOT. And now I have a Land Rover again. So 2 big crazy Range Rovers, and this car around here, this one, is my partner's Dacia with a roof rack. So sometimes that carries the kayaks, but normally it was this, because the Vogue doesn't have roof racks. But yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.